You think your body is a masterpiece of the present, a sophisticated biological machine custom-built for a comfortable 21st century lifestyle. But the truth is, your body is much greater than that. It is a living chronicle, recording every glory and hardship of humanity.
Let's count down the ancestral legacies you still carry every day to see how strongly the blood of history's most resilient survivors still flows through you.
1. The Rift Test, the grip of the pioneer. Let's do a quick test right now. Lay your hand palm up on the table. Touch your pinky to your thumb, then flex your wrist slightly towards you. Do you see a tendon popping up right in the center of your wrist? If so, congratulations! You are looking at the Palmaris longus. This is an invaluable legacy from the first hunter-gatherers. This tendon once provided an extraordinary grip, helping our ancestors cling to rugged cliffs for shelter or swing heavy stone-tipped spears in life or death hunts.
It was the anchor for the pioneer as they crossed the Earth's harshest terrains on their own.
But for modern people living in concrete jungles like New York, it is nearly useless. It doesn't help you type faster or hold a steering wheel tighter. In fact, surgeons often freely remove this tendon to use as backup material when they need to reconstruct a ligament. However, about 10 to 15% of the global population is born without this tendon. If you are one of them, your body reflects a new step in evolution. It recognizes that you no longer need raw strength to survive and has quietly retired the ancient hunter's blueprint.
2. The windshield of the ancient nomad.
Now, step close to a mirror and take a good look at your eyes. Look at the inner corner, right next to the bridge of your nose. You will see a tiny, pale pink fold of tissue. In medicine, it is called the plica semilunaris. You might think it is just a meaningless detail, but you're actually looking at the remains of a third eyelid. Imagine the great nomads from tens of thousands of years ago. They didn't have sturdy homes.
They had to trek through sand-swept deserts, wind-whipped grasslands, or the blinding blizzards of the Ice Age.
This transparent membrane was once a biological windshield that could slide across the eyeball to protect the eye from dust and cold while maintaining sharp vision. Once humans learned to build shelters and create clothing, this defense system was allowed to rest. Nature, with its typical subtlety, didn't erase it completely but rolled it up into a harmless fold tucked away in the corner of your eye. Every time you blink, that pink fold still twitches slightly. It is a silent salute to the stormy paths your nomadic ancestors once traveled. 3. The armor of the Ice Age warrior. The truth about goosebumps. You are listening to a beautiful piece of music, or maybe you are walking through a dark, cold hallway. Suddenly, little bumps rise along your arms. Your hair stands on end. We call them goosebumps and think of them as an emotional expression. But biologically, it is a heroic survival instinct being awakened. This reflex is controlled by tiny erector pili muscles under the skin. Let's go back in time when the Ice Age warrior faced bone-chilling cold. When the temperature dropped, these muscles contracted, making the hair stand up to trap a layer of warm air, creating a natural coat to retain vital heat. And when facing massive predators in the dark of night, standing hair made our ancestors' bodies look larger and more intimidating, ready for a fight to the death. Today, we have warm coats and heaters, but when you are scared or deeply moved, your primitive brain is still screaming an ancient command. Put on your armor. Make yourself look big. You get goosebumps because inside you, the soul of a wild warrior has never truly gone to sleep. 4. The radar of the night watchman, ears that never sleep. In a wild world without walls, darkness was the face of death. Surrounding your outer ear is a group of 3 small muscles called the auricular muscles. This was once a vital radar system for the primitive night watchman. While the tribe slept by the fire, the watchman couldn't see anything in the dark. Instead, their ears acted like antennas, capable of rotating and wiggling to pinpoint the exact direction of a snapping twig or the prowling footsteps of a predator. Today, most of us have disconnected from this genetic code. We choose to turn our entire heads, aided by electric lights and street lamps. However, about 10 to 20% of the population still retains the ability to make their ears wiggle. Don't laugh, it's not just a body trick, it's a primitive superpower that remains intact.
They possess the very same keen ears that saved countless lives during the dark nights of prehistory.
5. The flame and the primal survivor. Wisdom teeth.
If there is one legacy that costs modern humans the most tears and money, it is wisdom teeth, third molars.
Why did nature cram 4 giant teeth into the very back of the jaw where there is no room, causing them to grow crooked and get infected?
The answer lies in humanity's greatest turning point, the discovery of fire. Before fire, the primal survivor had to live on tough roots, hard seeds, and raw meat. To chew them, nature gave them an extremely wide jaw, with the third molars acting as a physical grinding machine.
But once the sacred flame was lit, everything changed forever. Cooked food became softer and more nutritious.
The brain received a massive energy boost and began to flourish. As the great mind expanded, nature shrunk the jaw to make room for intellect. However, the genetic code for the number of teeth is conservative. It still insists on giving you 32 teeth in a jaw that only has room for 28.
Stuck, painful wisdom teeth are not a mistake. They are the sacred price your body pays for superior intelligence, marking the moment our ancestors stepped out of the wild shadows to become architects of civilization.
6. The anchor of the upright man, the tailbone.
And finally, the greatest remnant lies at the very end of your spine. When you were a tiny 4-week-old embryo, your body had a long structure at the end of the spine.
Every vertebrate life begins with nature's great rough draft, but shortly after, a special genetic command unique to humans is issued. That structure shrinks, leaving only a foundation of 3 to 5 vertebrae fused together. That is the tailbone, coccyx.
Many think it is useless, but in reality, this refinement is a masterpiece of nature.
The tailbone acts as a sturdy anchor, a perfect mechanical pivot point for the pelvis.
It is thanks to this anchor that Homo erectus could straighten their spine and hold their head high to look across the vast savannas. Standing upright freed our hands, allowing us to grasp tools, write our first letters, and build the world we see today.
The tailbone at your back is not an extra part. It is a badge of honor marking the proud, upright posture of all humanity. 7. The descendants of nature's victors.
Your body is not just flesh and blood. It is a living museum, housing the greatest victories of life. Aching wisdom teeth, wrist tendons, or involuntary goosebumps, they are not errors.
They are medals of honor from an extraordinary journey of survival. You carry the strength of the hunter, the grit of the nomad, and the intellectual fire of the civilization builder.
You are the perfect continuation of your ancestors. So how many of these legacies do you possess?
Is your wrist tendon still there? Can you control your ears like a true night watchman?
Share your body story in the comments section below. We always read them to see the wonder and diversity of our audience. And if you want to continue dissecting the most chilling and great mysteries of your own body, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. And if you've already subscribed, welcome home.